Okay guys, welcome to Cedar Park. 18 miles, 30 minutes, 287 watt hours per mile. However, I'm at the supercharger, so it preconditioned the whole way. So it chewed up some energy. So anyway, and so to confirm, I turned on subscription yesterday, and as far as I know, it didn't download. It acted like it already had software. So I'm on 11.3.6 in this car. So part of the point is, I've been struggling with, so Grandpa has summer tires on it, and yeah, that's not going to do too well in the winter or near winter. So maybe it's better I take this car up north. So anyway, going back to the FSD statements, since it's old, so you know what I miss when I'm going up Santa Rosa. It's all torn up on the sides. I told you this before, right? It's torn up on the sides, so there's not really a clear delineation of where the edge of the road is. Well, 11.3.6, the car got over to the right side of the road and rode it like as if it knew exactly where the road is. In 11.4.4, it meanders more towards the middle, which actually is the way human drivers would drive that road, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. So I do kind of miss that get to the right and ride it like we know exactly where the road is. But whatever, it is what it is. I mean, most of the time you're not encountering another vehicle on that road anyway. Yes, there are cars, but not very often do you encounter a car coming the other way. So whatever. So the High Lake Land Boulevard, the stop sign, FSD did reach out and grab it for himself ever so briefly. He did. Okay. Everything else from that point on, I should mention, there was a deer on the side of the road. I mean, it's just eating grass, it's not moving. But the car did slow down ever so briefly and display an image on the screen. On the other hand, somebody hit a dog, so it's laying right on the line, and FSD gave no indication that it recognized that dog was there. So I guess if he was in the track of the tire tracks, FSD would have hit it. I'm not sure. No, I didn't experiment with it. I mean, I will note something similar earlier was there was a piece of cardboard, and somehow it managed to land so that there was a piece of cardboard sticking up 4 inches or so. Did FSD recognize anything about it? No, it didn't. So there is a spot in there where FSD could use some improvement of some kind. But anyway, whatever. And maybe that's what happened with Robotaxi. If they do indeed put in a front bumper camera, maybe that camera would have a better view of close to the ground objects. Let's hope that's where they're going. Although then what happens to my hardware 3? My hardware 3 cars. Anyway, peace and harmony. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Okay, so everything else is pretty smooth. The magical Tesla traffic light. Yes, indeed. Since there was only one other vehicle behind me, and I figured it was far enough back that if it would be able to go around me with no problem. I mean, there's nobody else competing but us two, and we're not even in the same place. So anyway, the magical Tesla traffic light. Yes, indeed. It was it was red. It must have been red because we came to a stop. And I don't mean just sort of stop. What was that definition that Elon gave? 0 miles an hour. Now, Mr. Air Conditioning Pickup, as he drove by, honked his horn like, "What's wrong with you?" Unless he's saying like, I was sleeping and you woke me up. I don't know which one it is. This is an extremely dangerous situation, as identified by the pickup driver who went by. 6 kilowatts, 30 minutes remaining. Okay. So whatever, fine. So there's somebody who's driving a long distance who's not even fully awake. I don't know, whatever. This is why when I mention this, I say, this is a very dangerous situation. Stopping where people don't see you, not good. Okay, whatever, peace and harmony, let's move on. So, the rest of the drive, pretty uneventful. I mean, the car moved as it needed to move, no big deal. The only thing I will say is, hey, Tesla charging. You might want to get with the Tesla navigation map people, let them know where your supercharger is. So this happened to me twice so far, once in Grandpa, once in OpaRay. And that is when you come around the corner and the superchargers are right here along the let's call it the ditch. I mean, in Florida they were drainage ditches. Anyway, instead of saying, hey, if you hang a little bit left, you go right to the superchargers. No, it goes a little bit right and keeps going down the road. Well, what good does that do me? Okay, whatever. Brake on, FSD off. It's only what, 75 feet to get to the last supercharger. So, no big deal. All right, so I don't remember what the misappropriation of a stop sign is, but I do know that inappropriate treating of a flashing yellow light, i.e. the magical Tesla traffic light, is a C. So the grade for this drive is a C. Alright, so speaking of FSD, I did get a FSD degraded message coming up the hill into Cedar Park. I think it's basically saying because he couldn't run the high beams. Of course, we couldn't because we're following a pickup. I mean, not closely. It's a ways up the road, but I don't know what else it could have been. I mean, I don't know. Now, I did just take a look at my front view cameras and wipe some dust off the windshield, but whatever. I mean, it popped up and then went away. So who knows?